We have a lot of really important information on today's updates, friends. You need to be hearing this one. We have a warning that was emailed to me from an ICE or Immigration, Customs, and Enforcement deportation officer. What is happening out there, you will not believe. And friends, this is scary. They are dumping violent criminals. Instead of actually prosecuting them, they're dumping them back on the streets. And this is happening en masse to large criminal gangs. You need to hear this, friends. Also, we have to discuss the alleged Federal Reserve hack. I know a bunch of you guys keep mentioning this. We need to talk about whether it's legitimate or a hoax, how concrete is the information that's coming out, and we'll walk you through that like we normally do. We also have a trucking company shutting down. We have intel on potential Antifa road blockades for the July 4th weekend. Like I said, jam-packed full of important stuff. Let's jump right into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates that you guys are sending in. If you have something you'd like to share with the group, please put the comment down on this video or any video on this channel, and make sure you use the word update somewhere in there. If possible, give us a geographical location so that it's useful. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold. They help people who have retirement accounts to get out of stocks and bonds into gold, silver, and platinum. They have just announced and just started releasing the prepper bars. We're going to talk about these upcoming. I'm still kind of looking it over and everything, but it's silver, and you can use these in your IRAs. You can use these in your 401ks. If you want to find out more, there'll be a link at the end of the video to talk to Jonathan and his team. All right, so let's start off with this. Was the Federal Reserve hacked? A bunch of you guys are going out there and talking about this. Okay, so this is what happened. Lockbit 3.0 on the dark web on June 23rd said, hey, and it was kind of directed at the Federal Reserve. So they're acting as if they had information. They claimed, quote, 33 terabytes of juicy banking information containing Americans' banking secrets. And they wrote this: you better hire another negotiator within 48 hours and fire this clinical idiot who values Americans' bank secrecy at $50,000. Now, apparently this is communication, but this was dumped on the dark web. Was this really Lockbit 3.0? We don't know. And this is why I didn't report this earlier, is because none of this information has been verified. The Federal Reserve has not acknowledged any kind of hack. We have not gotten any verification from federal government in any shape or form. No news media have come out with any kind of verification or any kind of confirmation of this. We just have this posting on the dark web, which may or may not be from Lockbit 3.0. And based on that, I know a bunch of people who don't confirm things have gone out there and started saying stuff about this. And they're warning you about information that's out there. Kudos to them. On this channel, I really try to make sure that we have verified information on the news stories. So for me, this is still unconfirmed. I'm waiting to see this confirmed in some way. If you want to be aware of it, be aware of it. But right now, it's basically just an allegation, a rumor. All right. If any of you guys have more information on that or any more verification that's come out on that I'm not aware of, please let me know in an update down below. But I've dug into it, and that's what I've been seeing so far. I haven't seen anything further come out on it. And that's why I didn't want to bring it to you further. I'm bringing it out now because so many of you guys have asked about it. So Jerry points out that U.S. logistics in Humboldt, Texas, outside Houston, is shutting down, laying off 2,000 employees. 500 truck drivers are part of this layoff. Yep, I saw that on the news too. That's happening. We haven't seen other trucking companies coming down just yet, but word on the street is that there's less there's less loads out there, and that trucking companies are struggling to find enough loads for their workers. So also there's financial stuff going on in the background, of course, too. There's a lot of loans that a lot of these companies have, and with interest rates going through the roof, that may also be impacting some of these companies that have larger amounts of debt. All right, Homestead gal. No broccoli or carrots at Costco today in Virginia. Steak prices have increased. No cumin. And rotisserie chickens are no longer in bubble trays with lids. They are in Ziploc plastic bags. Now, what a mess. All right, so if you're in Costco, you need to switch over to Sam's Club immediately, because as of a couple days ago, I saw them. They're still in the plastic tubs at Sam's Club. All right. Ty says, according to Mike Shelby at the Forward Observer YouTube channel, they've been watching the internet sites used by the protesters in April that shut down major highways. They're trying to recruit protesters to shut down the roads all around the U.S. ports on the 4th of July weekend. So if you're anywhere near those ports or you work at those ports, be aware of this. Can it be confirmed? Nope. That is unconfirmed information, but may actually put people's lives at risk. As you know, what has happened in recent years when people swarming cars, threatening cars with weapons, and that type of thing too. So be aware and avoid if possible. Hatchet Jack says, Southern Missouri. Just got back from one of the only two stores in town. No bread of any kind, no ice. And the companies, because the company says it can't get drivers. So we're hearing no loads for drivers in some companies, and then we're hearing other companies saying they can't get drivers. And also they share no sugar of any kind at 2 stores, which is interesting. We're not seeing widespread sugar issues, but I'm hearing enough of you guys saying, hey, there's something going on with sugar. So Bonnie says, Oregon, I've been dealing with Walmart and their bags of potatoes for some time now. Normal russet number 1 potatoes have, or is that 1 pound potatoes, have been so small, I decided to get a bag of jumbo bakers. I got them home, but 2 out of 3, 2/3 of each potato was rotten. Literally through and through, bruises in the middle of them. I don't know how you bruise the middle of a potato, but in Oregon, it's a thing. So for an 8-pound bag of jumbo bakers, I paid a little over $5 and got 1 sauce pot of mashed potatoes out of the entire bag. I'm concerned with what's happening now. If I put all of my updates together, it's a short story of how the food system is broken. Of course, we are having increased issues with potatoes out there. Seed We Sow also chimes in on that. There were no fresh potatoes in Kroger last night in north central Kentucky. First time we have seen that. I'm getting more and more reports about potato issues out there with you guys, particularly fresh potatoes. Canned potatoes seem to be still doing okay. Forrest says, all Rite Aid pharmacy stores in Michigan are closing. I confirmed that with the news sources. That is indeed happening. This includes the distribution center. Lots of people out of work, seniors having a very hard time getting prescriptions, especially in the rural towns. Some of the rural towns only had a Rite Aid, and they are all closing down as they close down the distribution center. Roseanne, we needed to get some high-pressure hose with fittings for the forklift we were about to borrow in exchange for doing some repairs. JM Lift Truck is the company to get parts here in southeast Fresno, California. 1 8-inch, or maybe that's 8 foot, that's inch, 8-inch long hose and metric fittings on back order, $1,020. The other 3 folks in line were shocked. We said, no way. Went to a hose and fitting maker and had the fitting made for about $100. Of course, then 2 other hoses blew off. The metric fittings were now on back order. Went to the only other hose maker we know of and were able to get the other 2 made in about 10 minutes, $65 each. My take on this, ask an old mechanic who works in a machine shop before you purchase from a dealer. That's pretty good advice out there, right? Okay, now this is the report I was talking about. This is from Anonymous. They said, please keep my information anonymous as I fear reprisal from my agency. I am a current ICE, or Immigration, Customs and Enforcement, deportation officer. Used to be a customs officer and a border patrol agent before that. Currently, as a deportation officer, we are faced with the task of removing criminals from this country for a wide range of crimes, from illegal entry to aggravated assault and murder. Not long ago, the name Tren de Aragua became very familiar to us. Tren de Aragua is a Venezuelan gang. Now, we've been hearing reports of them dumping out their prisons and sending them north, right? Well, this is a Venezuelan gang which originated in Venezuelan prisons and has caused trouble in Peru, Venezuela, Colombia, and upwards through Honduras and Guatemala. Though these gang members are marked with specific types of gang tattoos, there are plenty who are not marked and are constant thorns in our sides while in custody, as far as violence among other detainees and small jail riots. What I want to bring to attention is that these people are not leaving the United States and will be and are running free through our communities. These individuals will be in custody until they are ordered removed by an immigration judge. Okay, so instead of getting charged with a crime and staying in a jail, they immediately, when charged with a crime, get moved over to an immigration judge to be deported, right? After ordered removed, they are released from custody on supervision, no later than 90 days after being ordered removed. So they get charged with a crime. They bypass the regular criminal justice system because they're just going to be getting thrown out of the country anyway, right? But then as soon as they're ordered to be removed, instead of being removed, they get released. No jail time, nothing. So if you want to go murder people and get away with it, apparently all you need to do is find the loophole that these guys are using. Why is this a loophole? So they get ordered released because they can't be removed. Why can't they be removed? The reason they are not staying in custody is because the country of Venezuela is not accepting their expats back into their country, nor are they opening any airfields or airports to foreign flights for U.S. government purposes. I could get into the internal particulars of ICE policies and all, but I'll save you the nonsense of weird law terms. The Department of Homeland Security Secretary has policies in place that do not allow ICE to maintain custody after 90 days post order of removal. So if they can't remove them within 90 days, they release them. As a low-lying deportation officer, all I can do is drag my feet until like day 88 and then organize the release on supervision. These guys are trouble, and I fear what we are seeing. We are seeing the beginning of what has already happened with these criminals running free in our country. Please be safe and be strongly advised and aware of these people, as well as any other people who are not here lawfully. I strongly urge you to get trained up and stay armed as best you are able. Protect yourself and those around you. I cannot stress enough how violent these people are, that things that you do not even hear about. All right, friends, that's a sobering one right there. I know a lot of you guys are having this with your morning coffee, but I knew I had to share that with you guys. This is what's happening, friends. If they're violent criminals coming from countries that won't accept them back, they're not doing jail terms. They're being released into the general population here in the U.S. Stay vigilant. As criminals realize that they're not being prosecuted for crimes, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. All right, if you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up here. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold about either the prepper bars or about what you can do with your retirement accounts, there's a link right here. Thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of The Poplar Report, out.